meeting. My name is Jonathan Moxley. This evening I'll be presenting you with my topical pattern presentation. The audience for this topic of Security Forces career field is any male to female civilian between the ages of 17 and 39 years old who have already taken the ASVAB and have interest in law enforcement in the Air Force. The audience could also cater to those already in the Air Force who wish to cross-rate into security forces. One can use this job field of security forces to promote specific things that God values by promoting value of human life, justice, honesty, and self-control. The general purpose is to inform my audience about how security forces vocational can serve as a platform for promoting values of human life, justice, honesty, and self-control, something that God values according to scriptures, John 15:13, Romans 13:1, 2 Timothy 2:15, 2 Timothy 1:7. Security Forces plays a huge role in protection of the United States citizens against enemies, foreign and domestic, protection of assets vital to national security, and base defense. Security Forces personnel are also involved with planning to implement security policies and procedures. They may be called upon to provide oversight and guidance or assistance to commanders and supervisors and supervise to train other Security Forces personnel. Security Forces is a demanding and rewarding career which provides individuals with the rare opportunity to travel, meet, protect, and work with dignitaries and leaders who help shape the world. I have gained experience within the past 5 years working as a Security Forces personnel in the Air Force by deploying and training individuals which will pave the way for future airmen. If you are looking to become a more disciplined individual, advance your career and educational path in life while defending your country, Security Forces is a great stepping stone that you are looking forward to. During the minutes that follow, I will explain and discuss this job field, showing you first how you can join the Air Force and the training you will receive. Second, the job responsibilities through base defense and deployment. And third, the career and educational experiences the Air Force can offer to aid in future employment in the civilian sector. Let's take a closer look. Joining the Air Force and training, depending if you are going enlisted or officer, will depict the age bracket to be able to join the Air Force. For enlisted, the age requirement is between the ages of 17 and 39 years old. For officer, the age requirement is between the ages of 18 and 48 years old, depending on your career field which you choose. There are also height and weight requirements that must be met in order to join. Even though you have to be a citizen to join, there are other exceptions that can be made. If you wish to enlist as a non-citizen in the Air Force, you must be a legal permanent resident with a valid green card or a legal non-citizen with a valid visa. Airforce.com. After all initial requirements are met, you will then be required to go to MEPS, which is the Military Entrance Processing System. This is where you will be viewed by a medical director to determine if you have the health and physical standards for joining the Air Force. If you successfully pass MEPS, you will then swear in the Air Force as an airman. MEPS personnel determine applicants' physical qualifications, aptitude, and moral standards as set by each branch of the military service, military.com. Once you swear in, you will then go through an 8-week boot camp, followed by 65 days of technical school, learning about your job and responsibilities. This brings me to my second point. Job responsibilities through base defense and deployment. During the 65 days at tech school, you will learn about the laws and that govern the military members, along with the laws that apply to civilians. You will also learn about the lethal and non-lethal uses of force, self-defense, and security procedures regarding personnel and government assets. You will also be trained in urban warfare to fulfill your duties overseas in a deployed location. This training is important because no matter what force of the military you are in, we must all be trained in the same manner to ensure the mission is completed with minimal casualties as possible. This training also consists of weapons nomenclature. The United States military has over 1.3 million men and women on active duty. with more than 450,000 of them stationed overseas. Gold, 2017. This brings me to my final point. Career and educational experiences in the Air Force can offer aid in the future employment in the civilian sector. As far as educational experiences, upon completion of tech school, you will have earned 15 credit hours, airforce.com. From there, you can then use tuition assistance to cover up to $4,500 annually in tuition. There's also programs called Top Up to cover any remainder tuition for that academic year if you exceed the tuition assistance amount. Top Up can also be helpful for taking a few courses with TA while on active duty. Then you can save most of your GI Bill benefits for after service to complete your educational program. U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. Another educational benefit for joining the Air Force is the ability to opt into Montgomery Bill GI Bill or the post 9/11 GI Bill. If you decide to use these educational benefits, they can be passed down to your next. If you do not decide to use these educational benefits, they can be passed down to your next of kin. There are stipulations to this, but the educational advisor can provide you with this information. The way the Security Forces career field can be beneficial in the civilian sector is that this training and experience allows you to become an instructor, become a police officer, an investigator, a fingerprint analyst. Your time in service can roll into any federal position and more. Promoting God's value in security forces. Promoting God's values through human life. John 15:13. As a security forces personnel, human life is important. This is the reason we are trained in using non-lethal force as well. Promoting God's value in justice. Romans 13:1. As security force personnel, it is our responsibility to ensure the laws on base are being adhered to. In addition to this, there are domestic disputes. If there are domestic disputes or break-ins, it is our responsibility to take detailed notes providing to the attorneys to seek the justice. Promoting God's values through honesty. 2 Timothy 2:15. As security force personnel, we are required to keep meticulous statement notes of victims and suspects to ensure to stay unbiased and record factual evidence. Promoting God's value through self-control. 2 Timothy 1:7. As a security force personnel, we must continuously practice self-control. These days, any from police are considered a threat to many, so they begin recording any encounters that they have with police. It is crucial that self-control is maintained throughout any interaction, so society may begin to trust us. You may maintain a clear mind in the field, and you ensure your actions do not hinder the case. This brings me to my conclusion. As I just reviewed, there are many reasons to join the Air Force in a field of security forces. The demand for those to answer to the nation's call and defend the country will be a journey of discipline, growth, and career/educational advancement. Thus, a career in this field may be worth considering not just because of job opportunities it presents, but rather a career in this field may be worth considering because it presents a great opportunity for honoring God by being just and fair in your duties as a security forces personnel. Are you looking for a job that allows you to grow as an individual through experience, training, and education? Are you looking for a job through which you can honor God by promoting what He values? The security forces job field might be the step in the right direction for a fulfilling career and a sense of pride.